Good Saturday. I'm Ed Matthews with a WFMY News 2 weather update. It's 4 a.m. Thank you for joining us. We want to update you on our weather event, our winter weather event. It's taken about 3 years, but finally we have a decent snow in our part of the Piedmont. Yes, snow falling in most of our areas around the Piedmont and southern Virginia. These are the snow totals that we have so far. We'll have more coming in throughout the day. Our friends up in Surry County, the big winners with the snow. Mount Airy had 5 inches, Toast 4.5 inches of snow there. Mayodan 4 inches, Thomasville 1.6, Winston-Salem 1.5 inches, and 1.3 out at PTI and down in Randleman. So everybody getting measurable snow with this event. Now we continue with our winter impact or our weather impact alert that goes until 9 o'clock this morning. Of course, the precipitation has ended, but now we got to deal with what's on the ground, and that is a combination of snow and for many of you, some sleet and ice mixed in. The roads are an absolute mess. Don't drive this morning if you absolutely don't have to. We think once we get some sunshine and that sun shining directly on the streets and highways is going to help to melt some of the ice on the major highways, but we could see icing situations right on through the morning commute on Monday on some secondary and rural roads. We'll get melting during the day, and then it's going to refreeze again tonight. So although the precipitation has moved out of the area, we got to deal with it. The snow and sleet has tapered off. Clearing, that's what we want. We want that direct sunshine to shine on the pavement and warm it up and get to the melting. But still, travel is going to be rough anywhere in the Piedmont through about midday, and some of those major highways, of course, they'll be able to scrape them, and once it really turns to slush, they'll be able to remove that. But the only problem is that we're going to see refreeze not only tonight, but likely tomorrow night. So as late as Monday morning commute, we could still be dealing with a few icy spots around the Piedmont. Precipitation has moved out, but we got a lot of clouds, and I think it might take a while to get the sunshine in. But as we'll see on our forecast model in just a minute, we are going to see very gradual improvements as we go through the day. We're already seeing improvements on our winter radar as the mixed precipitation is moving on down into eastern North Carolina. No precipitation for us. We don't expect any more. We'll just deal with the clouds for a while, and then as we head through late morning and certainly on through the afternoon, we'll see some clearing. Temperatures this morning, everybody into the 20s with the snowpack. 27 at PTI, 27 Winston-Salem, 29 over at Burlington, even freezing temperatures all the way down into the Sandhills. Our southern areas didn't get that much. They did get a little bit of ice and snow there, but again, our big winners, I know around Mount Airy and Surry County, along the Virginia border, getting more measurable snow from this system. Now with the anticipated sunshine today, I think upper 30s, but the key is that we're going to have that direct sunlight. But look what happens tonight. Under a clear sky and a pretty decent snowpack across the area, temperatures are going to bottom out. I think most of our communities by early on Sunday morning will have temperatures into the upper teens. So any slush that we get today, if it's not able to be removed from the highways, it's just going to refreeze once again. Now we look at our forecast model. Of course, we're still stuck with a lot of clouds with the precipitation having moved on down into eastern North Carolina, but we go forward through the day and look what happens. It won't completely clear up, but I think we're going to see what I like to call increasing sunshine. And then overnight tonight, look for a clear sky, light winds, snowpack across the area. All of those conditions will come together to allow the temperatures to really bottom out. So again, those upper teens will be common as we go into early Sunday morning. And I think temperatures around 20 or the low 20s by early on Monday morning. So again, you'll want to check in on the Good Morning Show for road conditions, not only on Sunday morning if you're thinking about going to church, but certainly as everybody heads back to work and maybe school. We'll see what happens. Maybe a bunch of delays coming up on Monday morning. Here's our low pressure. It's moving away, so taking all the precipitation with it. This area of high pressure is going to be building over the southeast, and we're actually going to modify the temperatures, warm them up a little bit. Upper 30s today, around 40 tomorrow, but by Monday, we're going to see temperatures warming into the mid 40s, forecasting a high on Monday, a sizzling 45, and we haven't been there in a while. This cold front will move through the area on Monday night, early on Tuesday. You got it. It's going to usher in more cold air into the Piedmont. And then later Tuesday and early Wednesday, a second dry front will move through the area, and that's going to allow even colder temperatures as we move on in to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, as you'll see on the 7-day coming up. Now, we look down the road, it looks as though the upcoming week is going to be, well, generally dry. We don't have any precipitation in the forecast, and after a little moderation in the temperatures on Monday, we're going to see the temperatures take a dive once again. But with high pressure building in behind those two fronts, we anticipate dry weather. A system tries to develop in the Gulf of Mexico, but we think that moisture will pretty much stay to our south, but of course we're going to keep an eye on it. But again, we've got a dry 7-day forecast that you'll see in just a minute. Now, if we look way on down the road, because we want to see what's going to be happening for the second half of January. The first half of January has been pretty cold. A little flip-flop here from what we've seen earlier in the month as we look at the temperature outlook that goes from January 19th through the 25th. We were in the much below normal, high probability, and now it's going to shift up over the northern plains and the central plains where, quite frankly, I think it belongs. But that's where we have the highest probability of below normal temperatures. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to see a real warming trend in the Piedmont, maybe just not as cold as what we've seen. And also earlier in the month, for the most part, we were relatively dry. That has flipped, and now it looks as though as we go through the 19th through the 25th, we could actually be wetter than normal. So we'll see how that plays out, but that's what things are looking like right now as we look down the road for the second half of January. Now, we'll see the clearing. Precipitation's moved out. A bit of a breeze as that low pressure strengthens off the Carolina coast. We could have wind gusts 25 miles per hour. Upper 30s today. It's going to feel like it's in the low and mid 20s with those gusty winds. Clear and very cold. Refreeze tonight. We're forecasting a low of 18. And look ahead in the Triad 7-day forecast. We'll be up about 39 today, 40 tomorrow. A heat wave with 45 on Monday. And with those couple of dry fronts moving through, we chill back down. 39 there on Tuesday, 34 the high on Wednesday, and 38 coming up on Thursday. Now, we do have an extended Good Morning Show for you this morning, so we want you to tune in on your TV. We'll come on the air at 5 a.m. We're going to be on the air until 8 a.m. We'll have road conditions. We'll have crews out assessing the situation around the Piedmont Triad. So we hope you join us again, an extended version of the Saturday Good Morning Show from 5 a.m. until 8 a.m. Stay safe today and have a good Saturday.